Hey guys, this is Jeff. I'm making this video about the must-see attractions and things to do in the Hawaiian island chain. So before getting into this list, I want to talk to you about how many islands there are. So there's at least 8 in the most commonly known area of Hawaii. So 6 of those people visit. The other 2, which is Niihau and Kialave, people do not go to those islands unless you have certain access. So that leaves you with Oahu, Maui, the big island of Hawaii, Molokai, Kauai, and Lanai. Oahu and Maui being the most popular. So let's talk about the things to do in no particular order across the Hawaiian Islands. Okay, so number 1 on this particular list is the Nepali coast. It is the iconic sea cliffs with the different colors and the rainbows and the blue water and the blue sky. That is the Nepali coast. It's located on Kauai. Take a look. Each one of these particular locations, I will place a guide in the comment section for you to go through, and you can click and get more information about each location. So after Nepali is Mauna Kea. It is also known as the tallest mountain in the world, from base to summit, but most of the mountain's height is underneath the ocean. So from base to summit, it is taller than Mount Everest, but it is 13,796 feet, followed by its twin sister, Mauna Loa, which is, I think, just about 100 feet less in height. So 2 massive peaks on the island of Hawaii. But the big thing to do up there is stargazing and sunrises and sunsets. These are really popular. A lot of people love to do these things. Moving over to another volcano on the island of Maui is Haleakala National Park. That is another famous place for people to visit and watch sunrises and hike the crater, which reminds people of Mars. The next thing to do is check out white sand beaches, but in particular Kailua beaches on the island of Oahu. Some of the top beaches in all of America are in Kailua on Oahu, but these top 3 are Kailua Beach, Lanikai Beach, and Waimanalo. So white sand beach, crystal clear turquoise water, great, good fun. Hanauma Bay. It gets about 3,000 visitors per day, so that's really busy. It is a marine sanctuary. It is protected. Wearing sunscreen is not recommended because of the damage that it's done to the coral reef. The Conservation Society has done a great job doing what they can with all of the volume of traffic that comes through there. So great job to those guys. But Hanauma Bay is world-renowned snorkeling, fantastic, lots of fish. If you want to see tropical fish in a fairly safe environment, go check out Hanauma Bay. So moving down the list, we have the North Shore of Hawaii. When people think North Shore, they think Oahu, which is Waimea Bay, Sunset Beach, Bonsai Pipeline. That's on Oahu. Okay, that's during the winter months. Those winter months are basically December to late February, early March is when the big wave season is. So just keep that in mind. That's Oahu. But most of the big wave competitions that you see coming out of Hawaii, they're actually held in Piahi in Maui, which is called Jaws. So Jaws is on Maui's North Shore. Then where world famous surfer Laird Hamilton lives is just outside of Tunnels Beach in Kauai. And he lives there because when the really epic swells come from Siberia, North Shore of Kauai has them all trumped. But you got to go way out there, and it's really dangerous. So that's just some things to consider. The North Shores for winter months, big waves, big swells. Um, Going back to Kauai now, they have Waimea Canyon waterfalls, hiking, um, Kalu Valley, uh, just a just a really special place. That's the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Just outside of that is the world's most rainy place, or second most rainy place, Mount Wailai. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful canyon with waterfalls and colors that, just you feel great when you're up there. Fresh air, all that. The next is back to the Big Island, Hamakua Coast. You got waterfalls all up and down there. You got rainforest, um, beautiful ocean views. The colors and the contrast in your eyes is very bright, blue, green, coconut trees, waterfalls, like I said, Akaka Falls, Rainbow Falls is in Hilo, which is right down the way from the Hamakua. And it's just a fantastic drive, the Hamakua Coast. So must see. And then staying on the Big Island, we're going to talk about Kealakekua Bay, which is famous for Captain Cook's monument, where Captain Cook was, where he perished. It's also known for its deep sea cliff that goes straight into the ocean, creating a deep sea shelf, where it's another marine sanctuary where people like to snorkel, considered some of the best snorkeling in all of Hawaii and even in the world. So Kealakekua Bay, home to Captain Cook's monument. You can hike or take a tour there. The next is Volcano National Park. Currently, while making this video here in August 15th, there is lava flowing out of Pu'u'o'o and into the ocean, which is on the southeastern flank of Kilauea, the volcano. And it is currently entering into the ocean. You can go take a tour boat down there with Captain Shane Turpin, Ocean Lava Tours, or you can catch a tour with Epic Lava. I know those guys, that's why I am giving them a plug, because a lot of people, when they go see lava, they feel more safe going with people who, know how to handle lava, which makes sense because lava's hot, really hot. I love it. I think it's fantastic. If you ever get a chance to explore the Volcano National Park, Kilauea Crater, or the caldera, the park in general is just fantastic. It might even be the number one thing to do in Hawaii. Then again, we can go back and forth between the Pali Coast, Oahu. It depends on what your taste is and what you really like. And yet another one that's really popular on Maui, the Road to Hana, another favorite. The Road to Hana is just littered with beautiful waterfalls. It's fantastic. People come from far and wide to experience the Road to Hana. It's very slow. You take your time, not by any other reason other than you have to. The road is sometimes one lane. It's very windy. Yeah, but it's worth it. It's just worth it. Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, if you like big city and you don't mind a lot of people, Waikiki Beach is the place for you. It's one of the premier tourist destinations in all the world. You've already heard of Waikiki. We don't need to spend too much time on Waikiki. If you like shopping and people, go to Waikiki. Waterfalls. We've already kind of touched on waterfalls before, but all over Hawaii, there's hiking to waterfalls. You can see them by helicopter ride. Akaka Falls. There's hikes. There's trails. Wailua Falls. There's so many waterfalls. Depending on what island you go to, see what waterfalls they have. It's just fantastic. Waterfalls of Hawaii, great. Helicopter tours, we already just touched on that, but if you get a chance, you can take a helicopter tour if you got the money to explore the volcano from the air. You can explore the Molokai cliffs from the air. You can explore the Big Islands, Hamakua Coast by air, the Valley of the Kings. Just a great experience if you got the money and the time. Everybody who does it, they love it. Molokai Sea Cliffs, which you can see from the helicopter, but If you can't see it from the helicopter, you can also see it by inter-island travel between Maui and Honolulu. They usually fly right by that. So if you get a chance, book the flight from Maui to Oahu, and you usually get to see the cliffs. Or you can go to Molokai, which is probably the least most common denominator in that, because it's Hawaiian homestead land and not a lot to do there. It's, you know, not a lot of people make it to Molokai. And back to the Valley of the Kings, which is on the Big Island. Valley of the Kings, located just north in the Hamakua coast. It's sacred valleys that end at the Pololu Valley. And it gets its name because that's where King Kamehameha I spent his years as a child training in various different aspects of Hawaiian war culture. There's also Waimanu Valley, which you can see from helicopter or hike there, which very few people have ever been to Waimanu. But the Waipio Lookout or the Pololu Lookout, depending on which side of the island you're coming from, awesome. The last thing we're going to go ahead and talk about, because this video is dragging on, is luau's. If you get a chance to check out a luau, pig roast, hot rocks, all that fun, music, dancing, awesome experience, fire, just a good way to take in a night in Hawaii and enjoy yourself. So let me know if you have any questions about things to do in Hawaii, and I'll do my best to answer them if I have not already in this. Like I said, I'm going to post a link as a guide where you can click on each one of those links inside the guide to get more information about each location. All right, aloha.